Who were your top offers?
Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, Oregon, Oklahoma. Or I already said Oregon, just to name some.
Plenty. There's plenty of good ones. Who would you say were your finalists?
My Final Four was Oklahoma, Alabama, Oregon, and Florida.
Okay. What was it that you were looking for in a college?
First, that I know I was going to be able to get an opportunity to play on the field immediately, and another place where somewhere my family would be able to get to, and somewhere my family felt like they felt embraced just like I did.
You've got an interesting journey to get to where you are. Tell me about it. Start kind of in high school and how you got to JC, Kansas, and Mississippi.
I started in junior college. I wasn't eligible out of high school, so I went to junior college. Ended up at Fort Scott Community College. Played there for one season. Then I ended up transferring at the end of the season to East Mississippi. Definitely been a long road from the JUCO paths. JUCO's not easy, as they all say, but definitely worth it.
Why the transfer?
Well, because we had a coaching switch. Our head coach left and our DB coach. They both got bigger jobs, which means you probably doing something right. So they both got bigger jobs. So that's what happened.
JC shut it down. The NJCAA did, but Mississippi said we're going to try and play.
Yeah, they postponed the season. They pushed the season back to the spring.
To the spring, right? Yeah. Okay. So you're not doing anything this fall.
No.
School, class?
Once I finish my classes, I enroll at Alabama in May.
Okay. So I believe they call this the Sooner Summit, what you're at right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how did you end up getting here? Is it just your, DMV kind of roots, or?
Me, Caleb, and Jalil, we work out together pretty frequently. And this was before I actually committed, and they told me about, they planned on throwing a trip, just going down there. Not really something that was more for the school, but something that we coming up with ourselves. And I was definitely interested in doing it. I definitely want to get on some visits still. This doesn't count as one of my visits, but I still want to get on all of my visits also. So it was a good way to come down there and get to see a little bit of Norman.
Did you talk to Coach Saban about this?
Did I talk to Coach Saban? Yeah, I talked to him. I talked to all of the coaches. I let them know I was coming down here.
Okay. Did he politely ask you to not go?
No. Because he thinks that you're not really getting an experience by not going to visit schools. He feels like you're getting the experience. Why not? You got 5 free trips. Why not take them?
This is just hanging out with some friends, right? And getting to meet new people.
Getting to meet new people, different recruits, seeing their aspects, how they look at things.
Now, when OU fans see you're here, they're going to think, hey, we got a shot at Khyree Jackson. Do they have a shot at Khyree?
Everything is open-minded. I'm definitely committed. I'm not taking away from my commitment to Alabama, but at the end of the day, I still have to sign on the dotted line when it comes signing day.
What is this whole event, this Sooner Summit thing, what does it say about Caleb and his family and their commitment to stepping forward into the future?
They're definitely invested, fully 100% invested. It tells you that their family is also invested. I've never heard of a player coming up with an idea of something like this, so it was definitely something I felt like I wanted to be a part of, whether or not it was to the school that I was already committed to or not. It just was something that I think is bigger than football.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing?
So we going out to eat. We get to go drive around campus. We can't go to the practices, of course, because of the dead period. But we get to drive around campus, see how the University of Oklahoma is, see how the town is, get to meet some people we done met, ran into a few fans and things like that. So it's been good. We going to Top Golf later on tonight. So.
Were you impressed by what you saw?
I definitely liked what I seen. They took us on a little campus tour. It was nice.
Campus tour, but that would be unofficial.
As in, it didn't have nothing to do with the coach. It was the people who work for the school.
Oh, okay.
They took us on the people who give the regular tours, but we didn't get to see no football stuff. We got to just see the campuses, the buildings, the different buildings where if you need financial aid, it's a financial aid building. Showed us where the lounge area is and stuff like that. So,
what's it been like trying to be a football player during a pandemic?
No, it's pretty. I haven't honestly put the pads on yet, so I haven't had to deal with exactly what I guess players are dealing with right now. But it's definitely different, social distancing, working out, and things of that nature. But you got to do what you got to do, and during whatever type of time it is, if you really claim that this is what you want to do, football.
What you say you got to do what you got to do, is that in your case?
Sometimes at the gym it might be too packed, too many people if I got to go earlier, or if my trainer has a big group, it can't be but so many people. So if he has a bigger group, okay, I'll come later or I'll come earlier. You got to make sacrifices at this time, during a time like this.
You know who Gerald McCoy is?
Gerald McCoy, the defensive lineman he was at Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Dallas now.
Now he's with Dallas.
He told me that he goes out in his neighborhood and finds a little patch of grass to get down on the hand on the ground and work on his technique and hands and swim moves and steps. Have you done anything like that?
Maybe not in my neighborhood, but I have definitely like neighborhood hills, wherever I see I can backpedal up a hill, turn, flip and run, like little stuff like that. But I'm pretty on a strict regimen with my trainer, and we work out almost Monday through Friday.
Okay. What's your why? What drives you? What's important to you in your life?
My family, my younger brother specifically. He's 8 years old, so he's at that age right now where he really pays attention and notices a lot of things that I do and tries to pick up on a lot of things that I do. So I know that I got somebody younger watching me, and it's like, why not? I got to lead the way. I got to be the example for him. I don't want to lead him down any other path. Then it don't have to be football, but I just want to show him this is the right way. This is one of the right ways that you can.
He's 8. Is he a football player?
He plays football and basketball and baseball. Wow. But his favorite sport right now is actually basketball. Okay. Yeah. Can't be mad at it.
Right. So let me ask you, I've been asking guys that are committed to OU, why OU? Why Alabama?
It was the relationship that I had built with Coach Saban. He did numerous things that stood out that I felt like after talking with all the head coaches in my top, he just did things that stood out differently. All the coaches told me things that they liked about me, but Coach Saban was the first coach to tell me things he didn't like. He was also, all coaches were saying, like, when you come here, you can stay off campus, you can live anywhere you want to live. It'll be a good time. Coach Saban let me know, like, no, when you get here, you got to stay on campus. You got to stay in the dorms until you prove that you can stay off campus. And it was just like, I understand it's going to be much more serious, but I think that's what I need.
He's real, isn't he?
Definitely.
So what are the things he didn't like about you?
He told me, like, in the game, he noticed when it gets around third, fourth quarter, I start to get lazy. I like to stand up, and I don't like to get in my back pedal. And those are things that I know subconsciously about myself, but I won't say it out loud. And it's the fact that he noticed and was able to point those things out. It meant a lot.
So you know you do that.
Yes.
He sees it. He's going to make it better. He's going to make you better.
Definitely.
I mean, that's the kind of guy you want to play for.
Definitely.
What do you know about Lincoln Riley in those terms, in terms of communicating with players and recruiting and that kind of thing?
Me and Coach Riley, probably out of all the head coaches that I was talking to, had the second strongest relationship. He's definitely a coach since day one. Ever since I talked to him, he's been genuine and let me know, like, he understands that Oklahoma may not be a school that's known for defense. Like, he makes that clear, but he understands, like, they're on the uprise. And he tells me the numbers, like, that Coach Grinch and them, ever since they have been there, how they move from 10th to 1st and 2nd in a lot of categories and stuff like that. So I talk to Coach Riley very frequently on FaceTime.